Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled at the foot of a mighty mountain, there lived a young man named Siddhartha. He was known for his wisdom and kindness, always ready to help those in need. Siddhartha's reputation as a virtuous and compassionate soul was known far and wide, and people often sought his guidance. One sunny morning, as Siddhartha sat beneath the shade of a Bodhi tree, a group of villagers approached him. Their faces were filled with worry and distress. They told Siddhartha about a series of unfortunate events that had befallen their village recently. Droughts, crop failures, and illnesses that had stricken the townspeople. They were desperate and sought a solution to their misery. Siddhartha listened intently, his eyes reflecting the deep compassion he felt for their suffering. He thought for a moment, and then began to tell them a story. In a time long ago, Siddhartha began, there was a kingdom ruled by a wise and just king. This king, after years of ruling his kingdom with fairness and equity, fell seriously ill. His subjects, filled with sorrow, gathered to pray for his recovery. The king, in his weakened state, heard their pleas and spoke to them. The king told his people about the law of karma, a cosmic principle that governs the consequences of one's actions. He explained that all the events in their lives were shaped by their own deeds, good and bad. He urged his subjects to lead virtuous lives, to be compassionate and just to one another, and to act in a way that promoted the well-being of all. The king's message inspired the people. They began to take the law of karma to heart, living by the principles of goodness and compassion. Over time, the kingdom prospered, and misfortunes became rare. The droughts turned into abundant harvests, and the illnesses were replaced by good health. The people had indeed saved themselves from misfortune and troubles by understanding and following the law of karma. As Siddhartha concluded his story, he looked at the worried villagers and said, "My friends, the law of karma teaches us that the energy we put into the world comes back to us. To save yourselves from misfortune and troubles, practice kindness, compassion, and virtue in your daily lives. By doing so, you can change the course of your destiny." The villagers nodded in understanding and gratitude. They left Siddhartha with newfound hope, determined to apply the wisdom of the law of karma to their own lives. Over time, their village too flourished, and misfortunes became rare occurrences. And so, the story of Siddhartha and the law of karma became a legend in the village, reminding all that a life guided by compassion and virtue would indeed save them from misfortune and troubles.